I don't blame TA at all, but if these bots all say, like, it's broken up, it's going to go up now, and the bots make it, like, it's all bullshit. Like, they control it.
No, I agree. I think there's a big problem. And I think...
the best, that guy done inverse chart. So he goes, okay, just turn it upside down. And he goes, so now what do we look at? Like, the top goes, inverted chart. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Oh, dear.
It was some funny shit going on, man. You missed out.
Yeah, well, I don't think I missed out on much. I hate chart readers.
Shut up and sit down.
Yeah, right.
I've got the golf clubs out. Ready, mate. Can you...
Hey, guys, how are you? Look, it's been a while since we've seen most of you guys. We've been off the air a little bit. We've been pretty busy on a lot of other aspects.
David's been doing some government jobs.
Yeah, and I never came back. Visiting some weird... Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm wearing a cap now. So yeah. Check out the back of our place at the moment. It looks like a yard sale.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
What's going on?
A set of golf clubs here.
Set of golf clubs.
I've actually played a game of golf the other day.
How'd you go?
Actually, I connected with the ball a few times.
Look at this guy. He doesn't do Lambos. He does golf courses, man. He's back into it, eh?
Yeah, man. Crypto's back. We went green today.
We went green.
Woo!
What's going on? I mean, I like that story about the bots, though. About with EOS and all the rest of it on CoinSpot.
So the other day, like, I looked at CoinSpot where we get our crypto from Australia. And
you do. I don't.
Yeah. Oh, that's how we put our money in and then transfer it, obviously.
No, I don't. But
yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, me. I did. I just haven't done it for a long time. But the Bitcoin went from, it was around the 9,200 to 10,500, back to 7,000, back to 9,000 in the 10 minutes. So and every single coin on that like just went up and down. Everything just went crazy, right? So and apparently it's because these bots malfunctioned. Bots mean like these programs that control automatic
trading.
Trading for crypto in all markets really. But if they can control like a Bitcoin to go $1,000 either way in 10 minutes, what are they capable of?
Well, I mean, bots aren't new to the financial sector as a whole, you know.
But if someone gets their hands on the programming of them and sort of like manipulates them.
I mean, it was interesting today, or yesterday in particular, with the Chinese share market sort of hitting a bit of a dive at the moment.
So how much did it go down? Did it went down?
200 billion or something like that. Anyway.
So it's not major,
it's not major. So it's quite a catastrophe on that sort of front.
So there's a big crashes happening.
But there's manipulation. I guess the point is though, just because crypto is getting manipulated, it's happening in mainstream. So, you know,
it happens everywhere. So everyone says, "Oh, crypto's manipulated. It's unsafe." So it's every other market.
It's easier to do though. That's the thing. It's easier to manipulate, you know?
Yeah, it is. And it's 24/7. Yeah. That's another thing.
That's right. So it is
that's why we want regulation.
Well, yeah. I mean, a fair level playing field, that's the only thing. We don't want to have the stupidity of what we've got now.
No.
I mean, the reality now with the whole market sort of situation is that it's so plain.
Yeah.
Like, we're not getting wild swings as what we were.
It's been consolidating, and we were talking about that before, actually. The consolidation's been... That's why it's getting boring. Like, people are getting their money out of crypto, putting it into the normal market. It's actually more exciting now. But it's actually a pretty good sign as consolidation. It could mean, like, people just, you know, gathering more coins.
Well, I mean, I think, that... What was it? Bitfinex? What was that exchange? Bitfinex, that's it. I mean, they're running out of liquidity and things like that. So I'm predicting more of that sort of stuff actually happening within the exchanges. You'll see. Because we saw a ton of exchanges just pop up, right? Yeah. Over the beginning of the year and all the rest of it. The problem is with all the small sort of exchanges. And excuse me, everyone, I've got a bit of a sore throat, so I'm just getting over it. But, yeah. But I guess is, you know, this liquidity sort of situation. And the other thing, too, is that we'll see more and more just sort of... I don't think will be existing much longer.
So they'll like flush them out.
Yeah, and again, nor should they be there.
Yes, it's actually a good thing.
Yeah, it really...
Flush them out.
Just have a few. Few markets on there that you do stuff with, and happy days, you know?
Yeah.
And if you're going to have these sorts of exchanges, then have a real point of difference. You know, if you're a deregulated one with no KYC or anything like that, then stick to that, you know? And everybody
Very true. And you have your option of where you want to trade and put your money in.
And how that sort of rolls out and all the rest of it. But I just think now is just too sort of...
But yeah, consolidation has been going on for months, actually. Which apparently, like... We don't. You love technical analysis, don't you? So look, we're not into technical analysis too much, but word in the street, which there's a big wedge forming on cryptocurrency.
Here we go. Chart readers, rightio.
Yeah, chart reading, right? Yep. So there's a big wedge formed, and it finished actually yesterday and today.
Really?
The point of the... So people were saying it's either going to go up or down, like mega.
Go up or down, eh?
Yeah.
How about
Did
that?
You know that? I wonder.
Go up or
50%
down.
chance.
It's a bit like this. I'll give you an example, right? It's a bit like a horse race. Somebody's going to win.
A horse going to win? Yeah.
The horse is going to win in a horse race. How about that, right? Yeah. Although if everybody shoots all those horses,
the talk is it was consolidating this wedge, and it's going to shoot up with a lot of volume or down, and it's going to be like a next trend. Is it going to be up or down? So what happened was it actually broke to the up, which with not a lot of volume. So it's a little bit green today, the market, which it's actually more positive than negative at the moment.
Yeah.
But tomorrow we might come back and say, guess what? Bitcoin's $2,000. Who knows?
Or nothing at all.
Yeah, or they lost them.
But on the more positive, speaking of tech sort of stuff, we were reading a story today, and thanks to Con for picking this one up. He showed me just then as well, on CoinDesk.
Yeah, CoinDesk. Yeah.
Yeah. So CoinDesk there was basically a story on the NDIS, which is the National Disability Insurance Scheme here in Australia. It's quite revolutionary. It means that people that do have disabilities can be actually looked after now under a government situation. And
Australia, we're ahead of any other country.
That's
when
right.
It comes to this.
And so that's a nutshell of it. It's a lot more deeper than that. Anyway, but the main thing is that the Australian government with the Commonwealth Bank, with the actual NDIS,
biggest
is now
bank in Australia,
looking to do smart contracts and use blockchain as the particular technology to distribute payments to providers and things like that.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
So that's huge. You got government and big bank working together.
That's right. How that actually works and how that'll actually, from a user point of view and all the rest, it'll be very interesting.
Yeah.
But if it's again just a whole smart contract, it makes a lot of sense.
We were talking about that not too long ago about that sort of NDIS and payments system on it.
I mean, we have to declare we are both we do work for the NDIS and all the rest of it, so we do have to declare that, and that's been fair. Yeah. But it'll be interesting. I think there's a few challenges around it. It's again getting that trust, people feeling, and let's hope there's no 51% attacks and things like that on the network and. The also sort of situation happening.
We're curious to see what blockchain they're using.
Well, that's right. But I mean, we could speculate which one. But
who knows?
I think it'll just be a fork. That's the thing, and that's why I look at some of the projects out there at the moment. Is that it's not hard. Most of it's open source anyway.
Yeah. So you just use it.
Yeah, just take a fork off it and off you go.
It's there.
Yeah.
Use. You can use EOS if you want.
So in a way, I think it's. I mean. It's one or two things. I mean, that's an advantage. You don't get controlled by one particular project. But then the other thing is there's some genuine projects out there that could fill the gap quite easily on this sort of stuff,
Yeah.
So,
but it's like a real world use case of crypto. Like, it's real. When you've got the government involved in a big bank.
Yeah. Well, we knew that the government had sunk at the last federal budget. They sunk about $700 million into it, right?
Yeah.
For research and development. So I think maybe be interesting to see if there was like a link between that and this and
how it got
how it funded and all the rest of it.
Yeah, we'll keep it updated. We'll try to find out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely keep it because it's something really important for a lot of people anyway. On that, sort of stuff. You got a story on EOS or anything like that?
EOS stories. I love my EOS stories. There's actually everyone's been attacking EOS verbally on it's centralized, because it's got 21 BPs, and apparently the big story when Damien's been away for a week is BPs have been colluding together.
Yeah, I've actually heard that.
The Chinese BPs, block producers. So in other words, they've been talking in the back scenes, voting each other in. All these exchanges that got everyone's tokens, they can get a lot of votes, power. So they're voting each other in so they get paid. So apparently 60% of the BPs are Chinese. But look, it's all growing pains, I think. Like they find like.
But then the community's got the option to really vote those people
Yeah.
out.
So now they're coming out with a their wallet. So apparently there's speculation that it's going to be a lot easier to vote, and you get actually rewarded for voting 21 different BPs. So there's going to be a way to get rid of that anyway. And when you got like a team of Dan Larimer, like you got billions of dollars and developers and managers from banks and that work in there, I'm sure they're going to come up with something.
Well, let's hope. Otherwise, it's a bit of a sticking point for the project generally.
Yeah, that's right. But
I guess when you're a pioneer and all the rest, again, I'm not trying to shield the project. Right
no,
now. It's just,
but look,
I'm always interested.
There's always going to be some negative points because it's all new. This is all new.
Yeah.
Right? But this is good because there's a problem and they're going to get a solution to it.
Hopefully.
But they've done solutions to most of the other problems they've come up with.
Yeah, too bit of credit, you know.
And there's no perfect blockchain. Like it's all white papers, right?
Well,
it all looks good on white paper. Put it into real life, like you get all these problems. And apparently, Bitcoin they're looking at doing ICOs. They're changing the code without forking, so you can do ICOs on Bitcoin. Something like that's come up, which I didn't read too much into it. But
that'd be really interesting.
Apparently, so apparently Bitcoin.
Well, the big movement is a lot of on-the-chain transactions. That's the big sort of thing that people are trying to push.
Yeah.
So less side chains, which is always a bit of a security risk and a bit of a downfall about the whole blockchain sort of situation is that you can't do a lot of heavy lifting actually on the chain. Otherwise, it just slows it down.
Which Bitcoin's slow the way it is.
Well, it was never designed to scale.
That's right. That's why.
Never ever designed. It's interesting because like I'm just looking at say general chatter around the whole internet on like blockchain generally and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
It's not big. It's
not
really
much.
dropped off.
Yeah, there's no hype.
Mm.
Hype's died.
Mm.
Which that's a good thing because when there was hype last year, everyone lost money, right?
Well, nothing was getting done.
And nothing was getting done. There was no work being done on it. It was all just do an ICO. Wow, let's buy it. Like, and they've got nothing behind them. So it's good. They got rid of that bullshit hype.
I think so.
It's actually a very good thing. And I never used to agree with that actually. Remember, you want the hype to go, and I was like, nah, but price. It's not right because it's not gonna last long. Full stop.
That's right.
Yeah, but on top of that, this week Tron actually went up a good 10-15% because they're bringing out a upgrade to their network that's going to be 200 times faster than Ethereum, and it's been launched like the next day or so. Tron. So Justin Sun's going to be back on Twitter, guys.
Well, I think they need something. Like
they needed something, right?
They need something. That project has really struggled.
Yeah,
struggled.
They did, and that was a hype project. You got Justin Sun hyping it. He's a good market, like
casino,
social media.
Yeah, casino sort of payments and all the rest of it.
So now, like, they're actually working on tech now. They haven't come out for a while. Justin Sun has it, like, you know what I mean. So now they're probably realizing, you know what, we
got to produce something.
We got to produce. So good on them for coming out with some, instead of some hype bullshit partnership.
Yeah,
they've come out with we're going to be improving our tech.
Well, that's right, and I think people are now realising
that's going to happen. I think, like we're saying, it's going to start happening.
However, they need to link in because, again, if they're not linking to major sort of organisations real quick, a lot of projects are going to die.
Most will die.
Yeah,
we're
just waiting for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be a capitulation. It's not .com. Everything just.
Well, it goes back to that.
The cream of the crop rises, right?
That's right. Many months ago, I was talking about that Coin Janitor sort of project.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting to revisit that and see how that's actually going. Because I think that'll come into its element very shortly,
Yeah. So Coin Janitor is where you
basically
projects.
Yeah, but then they exchange those coins into their coins sort of situation. So it allows the actual project to obviously get rid of all the dead coins.
All the investors in the project holding bags of coins.
Yeah.
They can sort of get a little bit
it's
back
like a receivership sort of situation.
Yeah, where you go into a better project.
That's right.
Because some of these projects are dead. They're dead and buried. There's no team behind them. Like, there's no webpage.
But it'd be interesting to see what happens with that, though, because that could be another manipulation. Right?
That's right.
Because like, if you look at we'll sink the project. It doesn't matter because then we'll cash the coins into Janitor Coin.
Yeah, that's
give us,
right.
say, 2 cents US.
And then you can.
So if we've got like say 6 million of these bags, right?
Yeah.
You walk away. Okay, you've already sunk money into it from ICO sort of stuff.
You get some money back.
You're going to get some money. That's your.
Well, not money. You get tokens in a better project.
But then you can cash those tokens out.
That's right. So it's money.
So let's say they're only worth 2 cents, but it's 6 million worth of tokens.
Yeah, that's right.
You start to do. There's like enough to sort of get you going off to another project.
But that's interesting. I wonder how that's going, that project.
Don't know. We'll have to follow that one up. But it's just something I'm just sort of thinking because obviously we had more down the line, and then last time I think it was 4,500 particular coins out there.
That's crazy. There's not that many developers in cryptocurrency.
Well, no.
Projects.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I mean, the banking sector is a really interesting one, and I think, again, Litecoin's pretty much sitting underneath the radar ever since they've gone into their bank. Don't know what's actually there's no.
They haven't come out with any nothing. They've sort of
so they've been going along.
They've been working along, doing something.
People like Babs and things like that as well. They just
Bab had an announcement recently. That's BABB or BAX. They got invited to give a banking license application in Lithuania. I think Lithuania.
Eastern Blockade.
Which is actually pretty big news, and actually Babs has actually increased in price the last couple of weeks because of that news. But it's actually real news. Like, it's good.
Yeah. And on that, like, obviously Crypterium's another project that now
similar.
But they've actually got their apps going really well.
Yeah.
ClearPole's doing really interesting stuff. They've actually got Android and ISO for apps going now.
ClearPole is actually very cheap.
Yeah, but not even that. I'm not even worried about the price of it.
Yeah, but
it's more about just the actual application.
Yeah, what they're doing.
So yes,
they're doing a lot of work.
The Yes vote for Scotland's on there now. Like, they're a major sort of sponsor for it, which is good. So it's been used a bit more now. Obviously, people need to get their heads around this sort of stuff because it doesn't look any different to existing polls.
Yeah, but the difference is.
That's right.
It's unmanipulated. It's only
exactly. That's the difference.
Way above anything else.
That's right.
But no one knows that yet.
No, that's exactly. It's interesting to know because I went.
That's what I'm saying. It's actually cheap. Like, it's worth $2.5 million as a project, which is peanuts in this. Like, things are worth billions.
That's right. It's interesting because I went and got a new phone tonight off Telstra, and basically.
Is that your new phone?
No, it's not.
I was gonna say, what'd you get?
Yeah, just
Samsung.
Yeah, not trying to promote brands here, by the way.
But Samsung want to pay us. That's right.
Yeah, we'll take their coins. We'll take their coins. Not a Samsung coin. No, we don't want that one.
Want cash.
But I guess it goes back to that whole privacy sort of thing and unmanipulated sort of stuff. Is the fact is that, like, when I was speaking to the young sales rep there, she was mentioning about how you can just get a phone on lease, and I said, well, what happens to the phone at that? Oh, well, you just hand it in. So I said, then what happens? Oh, well, it just gets recycled. How does the information dealt with?
Well, so that's how it works.
So, I guess where I'm going with this whole thing in correlation to this story and parallel is basically, I don't think people understand that the significance of that particular project and how important it is, because governments now, like China and the US, are interfering.
Yeah.
Right. There's enough mainstream evidence. This is not conspiracy.
Yeah, this is evidence. There's real evidence out there.
They're interfering with things.
Yeah.
And so, these sort of systems are going to become important for. Doesn't matter where you are or what type of belief system. If you believe in democracy or not, I'm not here to debate that. But if you want a genuine poll and you want to know how
legitimate.
And you want to know whether it's been manipulated or not. This is one of these tools that can sort of set people free. And all the rest of it. So again, it's people don't understand the significance of how good this project is potentially. Again, not trying to promote any project, but
they're using blockchain in a good way.
Yeah, and what
real
it was,
life.
Yeah, exactly.
Real life, all this bullshit.
Yeah,
some coins, it's all crap.
Well, that's right. For no real application, this is actually something where I really believe, and the guys are based in Perth as well.
Yeah,
so,
shout out to the Aussies.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, I haven't heard much about Power Ledger. Speaking of that, have you heard much?
No, not much. But I know that they've got a working product, so they must be doing a lot of work on the side. Like, they actually got a good team. Like, they're not hyping anything.
No, they're under
the radar, and mate, they're a big project. It's just put it this way, we're in a bear market, so a lot of these teams. That's another thing. A lot of these teams have probably got a lot of good news to say. But they're not saying it yet because they're waiting until the market gets a little bit more positive.
That's right.
And then they can start saying it which fair enough.
Yeah.
Right?
The interesting develop out of that is obviously Ethereum.
Yeah.
And Ethereum's sort of losing its grip a little bit, over the Ripple and...
Mate, Ripple overtook it at one stage.
Yeah.
It went to 2.
That's right.
Wow, Ripple. You love Ripple.
I must declare, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but like move my personal stuff aside. I just find it interesting that when you try and have sensible debates on Twitter and Facebook about Ripple,
you can't get a sensible argument, can you?
No, they get really passionate.
Isn't it weird? It's a real passionate bunch.
Yeah, I mean,
they must have bought it real expensive.
Well,
they must have got $20.
Yeah,
they want to go back.
Yeah, here's my bag. Yeah. So I just find it, and especially with especially with Tiffany, the chick Tiffany Haley or whatever her name is. Anyway, I mean, anybody starts having a serious debate, then all of a sudden these puppets start popping up.
They're Ripple were they the ones that had Snoop Dogg?
Yeah.
So they had Ripple like a banking
Well, never mind. Ashley Kutcher. How about him?
Ashley Kutcher
on the Ellen show.
Ellen?
Oh, and this is how.
Ellen, here's $4 million.
Yeah.
And wait a second, there you go, and it's on a big screen. It goes, I just transferred you $4 million worth of Ripple.
Yeah.
Oh, talk about it's all marketing.
There's nothing.
There was not that if he said, "Oh, look what Ripple are gonna achieve this," yeah, mad. Here's $4 million, Ripple guys, and
excuse me. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, because they got billions of dollars because they made all this money. So now they're starting to fund projects like humanitarian projects.
Well, they needed to.
That's marketing. It's all about tech, right? So we're all about the tech side.
Well, yeah. I mean, they still try and debate that it's not it's not a centralized. It is a centralized.
It is. Yeah. You got these guys. Ripple gave $4 million to someone, for a charity, on Ellen. But that was so you got to watch it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, well worth having.
It was so funny, man, because actually Kutcher comes on with some other guy and they're hiding. It's like they're wearing these hats, and they're like, "Oh, we've got something to say." She goes, "What are you doing?" And she freaked out. Are you serious? Even she was like a little bit weird. Yeah. And that's because goes, "Oh, we've been doing a lot of development in tech companies." And I'm watching it going, "Nah, this can't be about crypto." It was.
Yeah, it was. Well, I just find if you need to if you need to
that's
have that,
shilling.
I think so.
That's shilling,
gotta
man.
Be,
on the Ellen show, $4 million. That's shilling. That was last year's crap, wasn't it?
I think so. It's 2000. It's December 2017.
Yeah, just weird.
Well, yeah.
And mind you, Ripple fucking almost doubled in price.
Off the. Yeah.
I wonder why they done that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, they gave $4 million and they made another $1 billion.
That's right. And they sold it all and all the rest.
That's just nuts. Anyway, well, it's
interesting
Ripple.
Interesting project and all the rest of it. But yeah, it's sort of traveling along anyway.
Yeah, but look, the market's price-wise, it's sort of settled. Volatility's gone. Who knows what the future holds? But there's a lot of going on in the background.
Yeah, there's
positive, very, very positive news in the background. Very positive.
Well, I mean, again, we come back to the mainstream sort of financial system at the moment, and there's more and more talk about a crash. And I'm reading, Sydney Morning Herald. Sydney Morning Herald has quoted from JP Morgan and a few other housing, real estates, and all the rest of it.
Yeah, everything's going down.
There's serious concerns.
Yeah. There was a share was going, property group, one of the biggest in America, dropped 20% yesterday or something.
Yeah. So there's some really bizarre.
There's a lot of there's a big crash coming. I believe that.
But it's not even whether we believe it or not.
It started.
Yeah. You
can see it. It started.
That's exactly
even
right.
Silver has been going down. Even silver. Usually commodities go up.
Yeah.
When there's a crash, and even they're going down.
That's it. Well, guess what, guys? We're out of here. Booyah! Hang on. There we go. What? What's going on, man? Okay, who's in the video?
Ripple.
You're a Ripple.
Can't even give us $4 million. That's shit, where are you?